Should I apply to 5 Ivy Leagues and 5 non-Ivy League schools in USA? Is 10 a good number to apply for my undergraduate studies? Or let's do 20. But 20 is going to snowball the fees that I've reserved for applications. So, what are the maximum number of colleges that I should be applying to for my undergraduate studies? And is there a guarantee that I'm going to get into at least one of them? If this is a question that has been puzzling you for quite some time now, you have tuned into the right video. Hi, my name is Rima Shatavia, and I am an expert counselor at Princeton Review and Kaplan Education. I have helped over 150 students to get into their dream universities. And in this video, I am going to tell you about how I broadly categorize colleges, how you can ensure that you will get into a certain college, and how many colleges you should be applying to, minimum and maximum. So, let's get started. I broadly categorize colleges into three types: a safety school, a math school, and a read school. A safety school, as the word essentially indicates, means it is safe. This means that it is relatively easier for you to get into such kind of a college. This usually happens when your profile is higher than the average profile accepted at that particular school. For example, I had a student who scored 1430 in his SAT, and we chose UT Dallas or University of Texas Dallas as his safety school because the average SAT score accepted at UT Dallas is 1310, and 1430 is way higher than 1310, which is why it was a good call to choose UT Dallas as a safety school. The second type of school is a math school. A math school is a school in which your profile is relatively similar to the kind of profile that is usually accepted at the university. For example, I had a student who scored 1300 and he wanted to go to University of Arizona. The average profile that University of Arizona looks at for business is 1280, and his profile or his SAT score was very close to the one that is accepted at University of Arizona, and thus he got through that school, and today he's pursuing his business from University of Arizona. The last kind of school, or the third kind of school, is your read school. A read school is a kind of school where your profile is relatively lower than the profile that is usually accepted at that university. Most Ivy League schools and most schools in the top 50 bracket for any particular stream usually fall in the reach category as they are extremely selective about their procedure of accepting students into the school. We have to understand here that our safety, reach, and match for every student is very different and is very subjective because every student has a different portfolio. Also, it is important to understand that in this video, I particularly spoke about SAT scores accepted at a college, but when an admission committee gives admission to a student, there are a lot of other factors that they consider, and there will be a video that I will soon be doing on those factors. Now, the second question is, how many schools should I be applying to? Well, you should apply at a minimum of 10 schools and nothing more than 15 schools. The bifurcation of this would be about 2 to 3 safety schools, 5 to 7 math schools, and 3 to 5 read schools. In that way, you have a very good blend of the universities that you want to go to, and depending on the admissions that come in, you can pick and choose. Last but not the least, is there a sure shot way to find out if you'll get through a college or not? The good news is there is. There is a free blog called Prep Scholar, the link to which you can find in the description box below. All you have to do is go to Google and type Prep Scholar space the name of the university that you want to check out, space the word SAT, and it will give you the overall profile. Let me demonstrate this to you with an actual example. As you can see on my screen, I have the Google homepage that is open, and I'm going to show you how to find the overall profile for any university. It's a very simple process, and all we have to do is type Prep Scholar. So let me click here, Prep Scholar. Name of the university that you want to apply to or see the check out the profile. Let's consider UC Berkeley for our example. So UC Berkeley or University of California, Berkeley. So all I do is type UC Berkeley. And just right next to it is going to be the SAT score. So I just type SAT. So clarifying this once again, Prep Scholar, that should be a keyword. In between is going to be the name of the school that you want to check the profile for. In our case, UC Berkeley, and SAT, and just hit enter. Once you do so, you have the first link that pops up, and that's the link that you need to click on. So let's click on it. And it opens up the Prep Scholar blog, which will give you the overall profile of UC Berkeley in general. Let me show you the parts of it. So it shows you the average SAT score, which in the old pattern was 2060 and in the new one is 1440. It also shows you a section by section bifurcation of what your score should be in the new pattern, which is math, reading and writing. It also shows you your score analysis in the old pattern, that is a 2400 pattern. It shows you the average GPA, which in this case is 3.87. Thus, if you know your GPA is probably like 3.4 or 3.5, UC Berkeley is going to be your REIT school. It also gives you the admission rate, which in this case is 15%, which means out of the total applications that UC Berkeley receives, only 15% of them end up getting admissions or getting their I-20s. And based on all these factors, it gives you a final verdict which says that it's extremely competitive, which essentially means that your score and your overall profile has to be competitive for you to consider this as a math school. Prep Scholar is a very big blog with profiles of all possible universities. So all you need to do is find the profile of a particular university on this blog. This blog also collects data dynamically, which means that the data here is based on the latest admission results and on the previous admission results as well. So based on this, you can categorize a college very easily and see if it's your math school, your REIT school, or your safety school, and apply accordingly. So that's it for today. This is Rima signing off, and please mention in your comments if there is any video that you want me to do or educate you about. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and keep watching for more such videos on the weekly basis. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you next week.